Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, The Silly Ghost. In today's video, we will be looking at former YouTube comedian Josh Wade and his sudden disappearance from the public spotlight back in 2018. To give a bit of background info in case some of you watching have no idea who I'm talking about, Josh Wade was a young, popular Aussie comedian who had a significant online following. His YouTube channel, which I'll leave a link to in the description, covered a diverse range of comedic content. From parodies and satire...
9 years ago, at this very Hungry Jack's, Cuntorious would have an unexpected brush of fate when he would meet the woman that would only 2 weeks later be the mother of his child.
To funny travel vlogs.
So if you're a chick and you come to Venice Beach, it's really important that you get a henna tattoo. Chicks love it. So do the dirty old men that are in there doing it for $5 a piece. It's like a homeless way of being fucking Hugh Hefner. Good on him.
And a podcast series. Josh not only did a great job at poking fun at some of the more prominent absurdities of Australian culture and the stereotypes found within it, but also helped open a broader discussion about less talked about topics of Australian society from all the different people he had on his podcast. Josh even frequently collaborated with other popular Aussie YouTube comedians like Frenchie, Neil Kolhatkar, and Isaac Butterfield. It seemed like Josh's comedy career was really taking off and that he had a lot going for him. I personally managed to see a couple of his live stand-up shows here in Melbourne back in 2018, and I remember both the venues being absolutely packed out. Josh's style of humour was definitely not for the type of people who are very sensitive and easily offended. His jokes on certain subjects could leave you feeling shocked but still laughing out loud, with the punchlines always landing well with the crowd. After the second show of his that I saw, I actually got to speak to him, and I even got a photo with him. Little did I know that was probably his last show ever, because not long after that, he stopped uploading new videos to his channel, there were no more live shows being announced, all his socials became inactive or got deleted. Josh just suddenly fell off the face of the earth without any explanation. It left me, and no doubt along with many other people who enjoyed his content, wondering what the heck happened to him. We were left with a lot of questions, like where did he go? Well, what is he doing now? Is he alright? Is he just taking a bit of a break? None of the other comedians who Josh associated with mentioned anything. It was like he had never existed. Every now and again, I would go back to Josh's channel just to check if there were any updates, but still nothing. Eventually, I stumbled across this small podcast channel called Uncommon, where I was surprised to see Josh and a friend of his talking about how they both started this multimedia promotion business called Verve Network, which according to its LinkedIn page is a diversified conglomerate pushing the boundaries in entertainment, media, and technology. It was a name that sounded familiar, as I remembered seeing its logo on a couple of Isaac Butterfield's tour promos. So, from what I could gather after watching and listening to that podcast, it seemed like Josh had decided to leave the comedy scene for good and focus on a more behind-the-scenes career in show business, mainly in coming up with ways to support and promote talented individuals. In more recent times though, from the looks of it, it seems that Josh and his small team at Verve started another venture called Collab Bar, which according to its website is an e-commerce agency whose mission is to provide e-commerce brands, investors, entrepreneurs, and personalities with a 360-degree solution to take an idea and deliver it to their customers' hands. From product sourcing, manufacturing, web store development, marketing, content creation, and 3PL distribution services, we are proudly a one-stop shop for any size brand. So for example, if anyone watching this video is a fan of Isaac Butterfield and bought one of his merch shirts, if you look at the label, you will see the Collab Bar logo. Overall, it seems like Josh is now one of the people responsible for helping Isaac and other Aussie content creators develop and promote their brands and make their merch. Now, I've got no ill will whatsoever with Josh deciding to leave the comedy scene and do something else. My attitude has always been, do whatever you want with your life, do whatever makes you happy, as long as it doesn't involve hurting other people, of course. However, you would think that if one decided to walk away from making content, especially if you have a huge following, you would at the very least give your fans and subscribers the courtesy of making an announcement that you were going to wrap it all up. Not saying that Josh owes us anything, but just a simple acknowledgement for all the support we'd given him would have been nice. While this channel is very, very far away from being in the same league as Josh's, if one day I knew that my heart was no longer into making YouTube videos, I would still thank all 317 of you legends for supporting me and this channel, because that means a lot to me, that you guys are interested in the kind of content I make, even when I don't upload for a few weeks or even months at a time. Whether Josh did make some sort of announcement that he was leaving comedy and I just missed it and need to do more research, at the very least, it's a bit sus that you would just suddenly abandon your channel without any forewarning to those who, took the time to watch your content and whose support helped you grow. But again, I have no lasting ill will towards Josh and what he decides to do with his life. I wish him all the best of success in his current and future endeavors, and we should respect that. The point I'm trying to make is to always acknowledge the people who support you, your channel, and your creativity. Without that support, you will not be successful, and if you do reach a certain level of success, never forget who helped you get there in the first place. All right, that's all I've got to say today, guys. Thanks for sticking around and being subscribed to the channel. Thanks for listening. I'm your host, The Silly Ghost, signing out.